When you merged and made this strong alliance, did you have any connections with OG Siva or anyone else, or were you sort of full in on the alliance?
No, so basically, Kyle and I were in the middle, right? So we had the
Mhm.
Siva 4 alliance and we had the Strong 5 alliance. And we didn't know particularly which one in the end we were going to go with. I personally wanted it to be the Strong 5 from the beginning. That was the game that I went in to play, is to form an alliance of strong players. And I knew that that was my best shot of getting to the end. Or if I go with Siva 4, more than likely I'm the kind of guy who's going to get cut from the Siva 4, once we get to the final four, if we even get that far. So Kyle and I were still working with the Siva people as long as we could. And that's why you see in the moment where I have the line like it has to be tonight. What I'm referring to is picking which alliance we're truly going to go to the end with or run with, because Kyle and I were both in the middle of both of them by intent.
And when you tell us that you're playing an honest, loyal game, is that specific to your alliance, or were you being honest with everybody?
So the strong five to me and the Siva four, like obviously it's Survivor. You have to lie at some point. So when you talk about being honest and playing a game of integrity, it to me was being honest and true to my word to my alliance members, right? And I tried to minimize alliance or to lying as much as I could. And so when it came to like strong five, like I never lied to them at all. I never manipulated them at all. I just treated them as as my friend, my true friend. Everybody out there, by the way, it was my friend of mine. I feel like I had a good relationship with everybody because I truly appreciate everybody. Like my cast is incredible, every single person of them. And to this day, like I do consider them some of my best friends. And I love that. Like that's one of the greatest gifts Survivor gave me, is giving me all these people to be friends with. So, however, yes, it is Survivor. And so when you're playing a game of honest and integrity, it's like basically no backstabbing is how I look at it. And obviously we were in the middle of the Siva 4 and the Strong 5, but the Siva 4 was never it was an option for us, but when I hit the beach, that wasn't the game that I was playing. And so the honest integrity comes from this from day one is the game that I wanted to play, the strong five. And I rode that all the way as much as I could to the end. And I never lied. I never went back on my word to them. And that's what I told myself in the pregame that I was going to do. And that's the game that I played. I know it's kind of scoffed at by yourself, including, but
No,
yeah,
I mean, I've never
it's
played. I don't
Survivor.
know.
Yeah, it's Survivor. And I do believe there is a way to be loyal to your groups. And that's the thing when you talk about loyal and integrity, it's not necessarily that you don't lie. It's just that these are the people you decide to surround yourself with, and you're going to go with them to the ends, ride or die.
Yeah, I think that's a very old school survivor mentality. Be very loyal to your alliance to the very end.
Yes.
Uh,
So I've
when
been told, but I haven't seen a lot of the old school stuff.
when we got this edit that you were super close with Mary, but it was kind of a shock to us. We didn't see this building up. When did this connection happen?
So right when the tribe swap happened, I knew Mary had been through a lot. And I'm the kind of guy, like if I see someone who's been in trouble, like I want to protect them, right? And before the season, like I really had a problem with how the people on I think Jess from season 46, who's incredible, they sort of just kind of ganged up on her, and they made her like play this fake idol. And it just, I didn't, that rubbed me the wrong way, right? And she had been through a lot. And so I see people who are not having a good experience on Survivor, like I just want to protect them, like I do. And that's like, and I brought up like Charity, for example, in the last interview because I didn't like Charity from day one. I didn't. It's like I wanted her gone. You could tell she was being insincere, and I was playing a game of just being myself and being true to who I was, and it just rubbed me the wrong way. But I never wanted her to know that because I didn't want her to have a bad experience. And so Mary, come the swap, like again, I told her like I'm not gonna let you go back to tribal council. Like I'm gonna bust my ass and make sure that we don't. And if we do, like I got your back because you've been through so much. And I just wanted to again like wrap my arms around her and protect her because that's how I truly felt. And we formed a bond because of that. Yeah, but I truly wanted to work with Eva and have her. She was part of my end game, and Mary was just someone that I wanted to see succeed, basically, but not necessarily part of the end game. So Mary and I had a
Mm.
good relationship, but she also had a good relationship with Eva, and then come merge a good relationship with Joe. And so it wasn't like I just like forced her into the final, the strong five. It was very natural, as if like she was working with us. Like, she had a good relationship with Joe. She had a good relationship with Eva. And so it was natural for everybody to sort of bring her in. When in reality, it was always the strong five still. So when it was just the five of us, we would be like, okay, the strong five. But when Mary was around, we would say the strong six. But she was always just sort of a number, as much as I do love and respect Mary.
Okay, so the way you're describing it seems maybe a little different than the way we saw it. So if Mary came in with multiple people of the group, it wasn't really like you and Mary and then like Kyle and Camilla or Shaheen and Camilla. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, Kyle and I were actually number ones on Siva, and
Hmm.
he'll admit as much. And then Camilla and him got very close come the swap, but he was still telling me come merge that we were still number ones, and I believed him initially, but then there were signs pointing to the fact that he had maybe wasn't being as loyal and had a new number one, which I obviously picked up on. Mary, I did the best I could to keep her at arm's length because she was not part of the strong five. And I didn't want that image of her and I being too close. I didn't want anybody to think that she was my number one. People thought that we were number ones, but she actually wasn't. Like I was loyal to Kyle, but you can only do so much, right? This is Survivor and people are going to perceive and see what they want to, so to speak. And it got to the point where I'm like, I can't do anything. Like in the moment of creating that friendship and bond with her, she sort of like latched on and followed me. Was like following me around the island and just was sort of creating a paranoia look to the other contestants and made it look like as if we were number ones when we weren't. And so it's like my hands were tied. I can only do so much. At which point I'm like, well, she has a good relationship with Joe and Eva, like at least in front of them, like we can talk about it. Like, and I told them over and over and over again, she's not my number one. She's just a number, but you can only do so much.
I see. Okay. Back when you guys were split up on two tribals and for the Cedric vote out, we see Camilla sort of plant a seed that maybe Shaheen has an idol. Is that where some suspicion came from for you?
No, not really. I mean, you can always play the game as if someone does have an idol, but it didn't really change any plays or decisions that I made. I was suspicious of Shaheen before that,
Mm,
and there was just little things here and there, so it's hard to like pinpoint things, and it's going to be very hard from an edit standpoint. It's just little things here and there that tipped me off to Kyle and tipped me off to Shaheen. Like just it's so hard to again explain, but in my eyes, they were very clearly had other plans outside of the strong five, so to speak. And it was hard
mm.
to convey that to my alliance members because they were subtle and they were nuanced, but they were still nonetheless there. And so Shaheen, or them telling me, Shaheen has an idol, whatever. It's like, okay, thanks. I'll take that into consideration. But no, I gave him my word. I'm not voting him out. So never
Right.
was he, and I was true to my word. Never once did I ever consider voting him out in that moment.
So going into this tribal, what do you think the plan is?
Oh, I knew it was like a 20% chance that my plan was going to be successful, and more than likely I was going to go home or someone from my alliance was going to go home.
Oh, really?
So
You felt strongly like they were going to vote for you?
yeah, yeah. It's again because there was no reason for them not to believe me about Camilla, as if unless they were either working secretly outside of the strong five with other players, or they had been manipulated enough by Kyle and Shaheen to the point where though them two as a number didn't matter, right? So
Mhm.
I knew that things were looking very grim, unfortunately, and so even though I didn't quite know like who might have been the strong five person going home, I knew that more than likely there's about an 80% chance that someone from the strong five was going to go home, and probably about a 50% chance it was going to be me. That's why when I lost the challenge, I took it pretty heavily because I knew almost in a sense I lost the game.
In that moment when Jeff's just reading your name, what are you feeling?
I was right. Like when the first time they he read my name, like I knew. That's one thing I didn't want to be right about. I was right
Mhm.
about everything else. And so having a feeling that it was going to be me that night, the moment I saw my name written down the first time, I knew I was going home because there would be no other way. Like the people on the bottom aren't going to write my name unless the majority came to them and be like, "Hey, the vote's David," and the majority obviously, yeah. So it just the moment I my name was written down the first time and I saw it, I was like, "That's it." And so that's why I did feel betrayed on Joe, and he made a big deal about I'm not capable of going back on my word. Like I'm Mr. Perfect, and clearly you're not. So yeah, I gave him that look, like, bro, like I thought you were different. No, you're just like every other Survivor player.
It's tough. It's tough to
Yeah,
keep your word in this game.
yeah. I
What
mean,
what is
yeah.
it like watching the season back?
It's fun. It's been a lot of fun. I really truly enjoy it. Like honestly, like it's the hardest part for me watching was the conversations about me and my ex-girlfriend and then the challenge of losing in the last episode. Like those two kind of hit. Me
Mhm.
being voted off was like, yeah, that didn't bother me that much. Like because again, it's the game, but I can beat myself up pretty pretty hard when I knew like I truly believe I should have won that challenge. Like I had a lot left in the tank and I made a slip up and my, football instincts kicked in. And I went forward instead of pushing up. And so that to me, and just knowing that I obviously went home because I lost that. And who knows how much longer I would have lasted if I would have won that, but still, it's nonetheless something that kept me up at night for sure. But overall, I had an incredible experience. I mean, this has just been such a humbling thing just to be a part of all this. I mean, and it's truly opened up some doors for me that honestly, I just feel blessed. Like right now I'm in Ohio, I'm working as a jump pilot. So I'm working towards a career in aviation. I'm out of my
Oh,
trailer, as you can see. I'm dating the most incredible woman. So I almost feel like everything's like working out right now. And it's just, I can't help but smile. Even after last episode, I can't help but smile.
that's so good to hear. Okay, wait, I don't know what a jump pilot is. Is that part of the stunt
I,
world?
I'm no, I'm ta so I'm transitioning away from stunts and I'm trying to get into a career as aviation. So I have my commercial pilot's license, so I'm building
Oh,
hours, and so I fly up skydivers, and then they jump out of the plane. I fly down and pick up no load, and I take them up. So a good way to like build
oh,
hours and experience basically before I get to the airlines.
oh, okay, amazing. Is it stupid for me to ask you if you liked The Fall Guy?
Oh, The Fall Guy is an amazing movie. What do you
What?
mean? You can't ask a stunt guy if they like The Fall Guy and their reaction say no. Like, what do you mean? I mean, that is a complete justice. It almost has like every stunt you can think of in that movie. Like, it's perfect. And
I love that
I'm a
movie.
rom-com guy too, so it's like best of both worlds for me. Like, naturally, it's gonna be one of my favorite movies.
Okay, that's good to hear. I wouldn't know if you were gonna have like critiques like it was all wrong, but I thought it was so good.
No, no, it was good. It was good, and I loved it at the end of the movie. They put like the actual stunts and how it's
Mhm.
done behind the scenes, and like incredible way to end the film.
Agreed, agreed. Well, I'm so happy to hear that this was overall a great experience for you. It's been super fun to watch you. I really appreciate your time today.
Thank you very much for your time as well, and thank you for what you do.